Building self-esteem sucks. It's hard work. And I've been working on this stuff for years. One way that I am working on my self-esteem is starting to figure out how to create my own safety in my life for me. Being responsible for yourself is not easy. It is like I've been waiting my whole life for someone to come in and take care of me and like stop treating me that way and you respect me and you act like that. I used to be so obsessed with what everybody else was doing so that I could be okay. So really gaining that self-esteem, really working at that in my recovery, I have to start getting in charge of how I keep myself safe. Not how do you treat me better? How do you talk to me? How do you email me? I don't like you doing this or that. That's completely other person focused, and I don't have any control over that. I only have control over myself. I have control over my own feelings, thoughts, and actions. So this is what I do. I had an issue with one of the dads coming all the way into the house. And I wasn't really I wasn't strong enough and didn't have a good enough self-esteem to say, no, let's meet outside. So what I noticed is that this was bothering me each time and I was feeling unsafe. Like I was like, this is a bit like I don't think I like them coming all the way in. So I had to take charge of my safety. I had to take charge of making a boundary. This is acts of self-love, self-care, self-safety. Me had to do something about it. Not they should know that they shouldn't come in here. I don't like them coming in here. Why do they come in here and they name call or they act like that or they leave their shoes on and how dare they and complain about it later? That's super irresponsible. So I'm in charge of my safety. I say, let's meet on the front steps. From now on, let's meet on the front steps. From now on, we need to meet there. That's it. Stay consistent with it. Maybe I fail a few times. I need to get back on that horse. I need to say no. I need to say, let's meet here. Okay. Another thing is I used to live in a place where this woman would always come out and yell at me. And I would feel very unsafe in that situation. Just in a way where I would just be like startled and like, why are they yelling at me? And like, stop yelling at me. And I would talk to this person about that all the time. And then I had to move. I had to just be like, maybe this isn't a good place for me. If I'm living in a rough part of town, I can't change the neighborhood. I can only change if I want to be in that neighborhood. I'm in charge of my safety now. If I'm going to a friend and I tell them something really personal and intimate about me and they judge me or they give me advice, unsolicited advice, and they're telling me how to live my life more than I asked for, that might be not a very good situation for me to be opening up all those personal secrets about myself. I must keep that to myself. I must keep that for people that are not judging my situation and giving me advice. Maybe I need to share some of this stuff with a therapist. Maybe I need to just share it with my higher power. Maybe I need to ask my higher power, Lord, send me someone. Send me healthy relationships. Send me people that can help guide me. How should I handle this situation? Maybe there's a question I need to ask my higher power. Maybe there's something I need to ask for help with from him. And then he can put the person in my life, the message in my life, the reading, the literature. Maybe I need to talk to my sponsor. Maybe I need to get a different sponsor. Like maybe there's someone out there that's better than that person that's judging me. But I'm responsible for what I share. So if I share that stuff in an unsafe place and I get hurt by it, that's on me. I'm responsible for my soul and my safety. So I need to protect that. I need to create the safety. This is going to help build my self-esteem. If I'm going to a function in a place and someone there is constantly teasing me, they're bugging me, they're saying something really inappropriate every time, or, say they're always commenting on my chest, or they're commenting on my outfit, or they're saying something really derogatory, and I'm feeling violated and grossed out. Like, I'm not going to go hang around at that function as much. I'm in charge of my safety, not that person should change and start being nicer, or maybe they shouldn't be talking that way. I have to start taking responsibility for my life and that also means my responsibility. So I'm not going to go around places that are going to tease me all the time. If I'm going to be teased, well, then maybe I need to, maybe I need to have like a buddy system. Maybe I need to go in the other room for a bit. Just enough to like, don't just stay in a line of fire. Like maybe just go in the kitchen for a bit till that the attention is off, till that negative attention is off of you. So moving myself around to safer places to take care of myself is my job. This is my job. Do I want to tell my intimate secrets to someone? And and every time I do that, I feel awful after, or I feel like it's not safe. Maybe they've gossiped about it. Maybe they're going to share it to someone else. It's my responsibility not to tell that person. Not that I can't believe they told someone that, and I can't believe they leaked that and they told that person. I can only take that knowledge now that I know that and never do it again. I'm not going to do that again. Unless that person's miraculously changed and became trustworthy, it is my responsibility to put a stop to it. I protect the precious things about me. I control the things that are valuable to me and about me. I control where I give that. Like trying to give love in the right places, trying to be safe wherever I go, but not hanging out in unsafe situations expecting safety. I need to have a safety plan. I need to have an exit plan. I need to know what I'm going into, because this is on me. If I keep going into the lion's den and I'm surprised that it's like that every time, either I'm going to just accept that I'm going there for that and have some plans, or I maybe choose not to go there as much. Or, is this really healthy for me? Is this adding to my life? Do these people care? Am I valued here? Am I always constantly having to say stop this, don't do that, and I'm focused on all the unhealthy things that they're doing towards me? That's not ever going to change because I said that. It's possible that change could happen if I keep removing when that unhealthiness comes up. When I'm not as around as much because of those conversations or that type of communicating and bugging and teasing and ridiculing. If I'm going to hang around all that criticism and judgment and negativity, then that's my choice to hang around that. But I'm close to that. I'm absorbing that. That's not a really safe situation for me. So I have a choice to not be around that. I have a choice not to hang out with certain people. I have a choice not to tell certain people certain personal things. I need to find, have those conversations with the right people. Not everything is for my partner. Not everything is for someone that might not understand recovery. I need to know who I'm talking to. And that's going to be some trial and error. But it's my choices. My choices where I share my stuff. My choices where I share who I am. Where it's my choice where I take the value of me in this world. Am I going to go take it over where someone doesn't value it at all and can't believe they don't value and see how nice of a person I am? Like, why do they treat me that way when I'm so nice to them? Like, well, you're expecting something from someone that they're going to treat you differently because you want them to treat you differently. That's the way they treat people. If you want to be treated differently and valued by people, then you need to go to where people are showing that value. Not to the places that are unhealthy, expecting healthy. So that was a really tough one for me. I still have to watch that today. But when I start doing these little acts for myself, I start protecting my safety, show me higher power, like put people in my life higher power. I start looking and paying attention to how I can create some safety in my life. Small. Just start small and create that safety is my responsibility. But it doesn't become safe because I want it to become safe. I have to work at it. So these are some of the ways to help build self-esteem as well. Self-care, self-love, self-worth. all these little things just like add up into like now, you become this like solid, strong person with self-safety, integrity. I'm emotionally intact. I'm separate from other people. I can go anywhere. People can still be what they are, but I'm not spending my energy on trying to control all that out there. I'm just really getting good at controlling what's going on here, what's coming in, what I'm making sure I don't let everything bad in. I have to become a really good gatekeeper. So this is some of those ways, but it's definitely not other people's responsibility. It's super my responsibility to protect my safety. That is for me to do. This is not me emailing saying, talk to me nicer and then I'll get back to you. This is like, they're just going to talk the way they talk. Okay, thank you. And you just keep going strong and integral. Ignore the disrespect or the way that's not so nice and the tones, ignore it. Keep going on like a healthy steamrolling ship, like a healthy, strong horse just running. I'm not getting off my horse because there's flies and trolls. I'm staying on my horse and I'm staying on my course. So this helps build self-esteem. So thank you for being here. Another one. I hope this helps you guys. So yeah, see you at the next one. Bye.